Because I remember when the shilling, we were transacting at 19 to the dollar. Now we are transacting at 100, almost 10 times.
Yes, 100.
Almost 10 times.
138.
So you see, what happened is that we have what we call, in business terms, insider trading. We don't have proper antitrust laws. You have leaders in this country. How do you have a minister for finance who has an interest in banks? A minister for agriculture who has a serious interest in what do you call that sector?
In auctioning tea.
A president who is the richest man in the country here and there. You know what I mean? In every sector. Every sector is there for the 10 years. He's there not for any other reason, but just to make sure that he monopolizes everything. It's monopoly, monopoly, monopoly. The timber sector is gone to monopoly.
Yeah.
The what do you call milk sector is gone to monopoly. You see, the oil sector is gone to monopoly. Monopoly. There's no competition. You know what I mean? We don't have antitrust laws. This country has been betrayed by the leadership. This leadership has got to be tamed.
Yes.
And we have got more than 25 million acres of idle land.
Doing nothing, owned by individuals whom you cannot
owned
even
by
tax.
Individuals who did not have anything at independence.
Even 200 shillings per acre. And there is close to 12 million acres of land which does nothing.
So then what happens? You know what I mean? And how was this land acquired in the first place? You know, it's another story.
So what shall we do?
Look, let me tell you one thing. I mean, Ruto got a lot of votes right now, because he said this is the hostile nation. We're going to pick up these people who are on the ground. And then he talked about dynasties, and he talked about all this mabwenyenye. And talking about, of course, how as a young man tending cows barefoot, you know what I mean, and the kind of humble background he comes from. Or if he makes it a reality, and comes up with a land policy and empowers the ordinary man, goes into all these things, empowers the flower of worker in Naivasha, empowers the coffee. By the way, I was in the coffee conference in Meru the other day. The reason why I went in there is that I was one of the original people who were the founders of COTEPA.
Yes.
COTEPA was the Coffee and Tea Parliamentary Association.
Yeah.
At that time, I was doing it in solidarity with my friends who were in Parliament, with the Paul Mwite, Kraitu Murungi, and the rest of them, the Ndwiga, you know, Njeru Ndwiga from Manyata. We were doing it so that we can help our farmers, the debts be paid. It was ended up actually being paid. It took a long time, but they finally got paid. To free them from those shackles. Today, the farmers in that sector are worse than when we were talking about these things almost 28 years back. You understand my point? And I attended there. And I came out of that place crying and promised myself, if it's going to be the last thing I'm going to do in my parliamentary things, is to save and fight for those coffee farmers in this country, because what's good for them is good for this country.
Great.
You understand my point? It's good for this country. And then we have the livestock sector. We have 60 years into our independence.
Yeah. We
don't have a livestock, what do you call, authority here? A livestock development authority. We don't have.
Exactly. But